Hey guys, Thunderset here, bringing you a not so new deck. This is the Tier 1 deck. We're just a week away or so from the KC Cup, so I wanted to show you some of the tryhard decks you're going to be seeing on the ladder. A lot of stuff you're going to be running into, all the stuff you got to be playing around. So it starts with this. This is the top tier, guys. This is what you're going to see everywhere. This is what people are going to be running the wheels off. Same deck, just running it like crazy. It's with Alistair. Revolves around Coctius. It's pretty much animal plays. You just have your correctly attributed monsters like Flip-Flop Frog. Some people like to use Nightmare Penguin. Generally some water that's going to return things to the hand. Then we have Scrap Goblin. Everyone's using this card as their Earth now, guys. He can't be destroyed for one turn. You have to attack him twice, pretty much. You get to set him, protect yourself for a turn, normal summon your Alistair, bring out a Black Rose, wipe the field, then you Invocation to your monster for an even 4k. Cheesy play, everyone's doing it, guys. Other popular Earth monsters are Hyper Hammerhead, DD Assailant. They're very good monster removal without the typical target and destroy mechanic. Very good. We're running Cosmic Cyclone for Sorcery Conduit. You lose 1,000 life points, you get to you get a draw into your Alistair, so it's very good. Makes the deck real consistent. Then of course we're using 2 Floodgate. I'm only using Floodgate to show you what other people are using, really. I don't really care about Floodgate. I'm assuming they use it just so they can set up for fat Black Rose plays or whatever. It's just stall. Run whatever stall cards you guys want, really. Just stall traps. And we're using 3 Concentrating Current because that helps Invoke. It helps Alistair himself, helps Coctius, helps all of them, guys. They all have so much defense. They gain a ton. Very good. So, like I said, guys, this is the top tier. Everyone plays this deck. It's a very strong deck. You have to tech specifically to get around it. But I mean, at this point, everyone knows it. Everyone knows where Coctius is coming from. They know what you're trying to do, and they can just play around it. So, when the KC Cup comes, you're going to have to mix it up and react to people reacting to Coctius. You're going to have to protect him with certain things. There's decks out there that are just out to counter this deck. Is how strong this deck is, guys. So you play around this deck, you're going to do well. Even in the replays, you see a deck that's tailored just to fight this deck. It's absolutely insane how popular and strong this deck is, guys. But you're going to have no problem playing around it. Come to KC Cup. Everyone's going to be playing the same old way. It's going to be very predictable. Great stuff. But till then, I'll show you some more ladder decks. You're going to see all the strong stuff and just give you an overview of how they're run. Till then, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy, and it's been Thunderset. Okay, so remember how I told you guys there's people just building decks completely to play around this deck? Well, of course I found one. I'm trying to make replays for this deck. This deck I virtually never play in Invoke. And of course I run into a 30-card nightmare that's literally only trying to cuck this kind of deck. So you're going to see me dance around a lot of nonsensical cards. Here we're starting with our Scrap Goblin using Cosmic Cyclone. Say we didn't have an Alistair, this Cosmic Cyclone would be so precious because then we draw an Alistair. Here we hit a wall of D. Everything seems normal so far. We normal summon the Alistair. We're going to flip up the Scrap Goblin. You know what that is, guys. The big bad Black Rose. Getting ready to wipe the field. But wait. This guy knows a Black Rose is coming. Use the Starlight Road. When 2 or more cards are going to be destroyed, you negate it. Destroy that monster. If he had a Stardust Dragon, he would have been able to summon it. But he obviously doesn't and does not summon it. We still have an Invocation. Now, I could have made a Magellan, I'm pretty sure, with that Scrap Goblin, yeah. So this is a conscientious decision just to go with Coctius. He's obviously knows what he's up against, so we can't get fast and loose. We have to play the duel correctly. We could have swung for lethal, but we want Coctius. We want that destruction protection. We want that target protection. If he wants a long duel, we're going to give him a long duel. So here, he sets 2 more back rows, sets a monster, we get our Sorcerer Conduit, we get a normal summon Alistair, that's an Invocation. Now we can bring out a big boy to swing. Now that we have the Coctius Anchors saving us, we get a Magellanica. He hits us with what? Chithawanian Polymer. Activate only when your opponent fusion summons a fusion monster, tribute 1 monster to take control of that fusion. So, this guy's purely just trying to get around this deck, guys. He's built a deck just to fight this deck and still couldn't overcome it. So here, I'm just waiting for Concentrating Current. he is probably not going to have a way to get out of Concentrating Current that is not going to target me, guys. There are not many cards in that game that will do it. Look at this other card I just, Cosmic Cyclone. Activate only when a fusion monster is special summoned. Return all fusion monsters to their respective extra decks. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, what? Super glad I didn't run into that. So I'm not even trying to use any skills. I'm not trying to invoke more. He has stuff in store for these fusion summons. So I'm just going to hit him with some raw power, swinging with Alistairs, swinging with Necro Valley. Now, a thing about this guy was really happy with himself, especially when he played this Necro Valley. He was just doing the taunts like crazy. Thought he had the game in the bag at this point. We're going to use Flip Flop Frog. He's also a useful boy in this scenario. Flip Flop Frog, we're going to return that face down because who knows what kind of face down nonsense he has for us. And I'm not scared of our big boy. He's in attack position. He's vulnerable. So here, we have 2 Alistairs and a Concentrating Current, guys. That's going to be a lot of damage. We use 1 Alistair. We use 2 Alistair. Now we're good at Concentrating Current. Here, he's going to curse the seal our Concentrating Current. But guess what? 2 Alistairs on their own. More than enough for that 400 dangling by. Deck built around this tier 1 deck. It still couldn't beat it, guys. What? Okay, here we are fighting a Crowler. People are really turning to Ancient Gears to really try to get around this deck. But they're just not quite killer enough on all the meta to do it. So here we have a Scrap Goblin. This is the whole point, guys. You set your Scrap Goblin, he protects you for a turn. Then you normal summon your Alistair, search your invocation, all that great stuff. Then you wipe the field with a Black Rose, leaving them super vulnerable to your little whatever fusion monster you choose. Here this guy's gonna normal summon a Reactor Dragon. He played a Gear Town. I didn't want to chain the Cosmic Cyclone to the Gear Town in case he chained a double Cyclone to the Cosmic Cyclone. Then he would get his correct timing on Gear Town, which cost me because then he just normal summons the Reactor Dragon from the Werven. But here, guys, we take Piercing, but we have just enough life points to get our Black Rose off. We're gonna normal summon Alistair. But here, he has to floodgate our Alistair, so to just cuck us out of our Black Rose play. Not very nice of him. We have an invocation, though. Face down don't matter. For Alistair. Here, he's going to Canadia, our big boy, but we have 33D. He only has 33 attack on his best day, so he's not going anywhere. We got Alistair in hand. Set Cosmic Cyclone, just to give him a target to swing at with his spell destruction, stuff like that. So look at this damage, guys. I go straight to the battle phase, put the Alistair on so he thinks it's just simple. 1 Concentrating Current, 8.3k, 2 Concentrating Currents, 3 Concentrating Currents, that's too much damage, 16.9k, hit him in the face. Wow, that's a lot of damage, guys. Absolutely crazy. This deck is nuts. Tier 1 deck, guys. Okay, here we are fighting a Yami Yugi. So if you guys are fighting a Yami Yugi, you're most likely fighting this deck. So beware of the face downs. Understand what's coming. This guy's using 24 cards. Here I switched out the Hammerhead for a 3rd Scrap Golem. I was gonna just run more text to show you guys more of the text. But 3 Scrap Golem are more realistic. Here we also use Invocation. We're using 2 Invocation. Here our enemy decided to hit us with a Mirror Wall. What I was trying to do, it was 1500 plus 1000, that's 2500. But if I was to Concentrating Current or Alistair, who has 1800 defense, that would have been lethal. Too bad he didn't fall for it, but it didn't cost me any resources. All I had to do was swing with my boys. And they can go ahead and jump in the graveyard, they'll be all the same. So here it's actually some sort of Dark Magician. He's using Rod, he's using an enemy controller, which is kind of a lazy turn. Then he's going to use Illusion Magic to get rid of Invoker. I would have saved an Econ. Econ's like the best card in the game. So just to get rid of an Invoker isn't really useful. Putting in my graveyard doesn't really do anything. I can still use him as Fusion. So to use an Econ to remove him from the field is not a good play, guys. He probably would have soundly beat me had he not done that. So don't use your good stuff unless you have to, guys. Here he's going to 1000 Knives again on a Hammerhead that was absolutely no threat. He even kept the Mirror Wall. But it might have returned into hand had he killed it. I don't think Hammerhead has to stay on the field to return enemies to the hand. They just have to survive. So here, he's trying to negate the invocation, but poor for him. Very greedy play to bring his Magician's Rod back to his hand. Here we're gonna invocation, get that Alistair back. We already have another invocation, even if we didn't. So we're fine. That's gonna bring out the biggest boy of all. We're gonna swing right past the mirror wall, guys. We don't care. We're gonna use Alistair up to 2k. Then we're gonna grab that 4KD, put it on the A. There you go. Plenty of damage, guys. Right through a mirror wall. Fantastic stuff. Okay, facing a Jack Atlas, but I do believe this is just a quick OTK to show you the OTK potential of the deck, as if you didn't know. But here we have 2 invocations, no Alistair, so we really need an Alistair. Enemy just pulls his turn. Here we're gonna normal summon Alistair, straight into a Magellanica. You get the Alistair back. It's already 4k, guys. You literally summon a monster, 4k monster, get to swing. It is that easy. That built in for you. This is why it's popular. It's so easy to do. You don't have to really think like you do with Ritual Beast. You just summon 4k monster and swing, guys. It's that easy. Okay, here we are facing Dark Signer, Card the Carmine. She's definitely meta too. I will make a deck around the way they're playing Fortune Ladies, the way people are playing on the ladder, all sorts of stuff to show you. So here we're starting with Floodgate. Already have an Alistair and a Hammerhead. We're going to set the Alistair in defense. Even when he flips, he still searches for you. This guy's a Cosmic Cyclone, our back row. He's going to do the whole shebang with Fortune Ladies Calling. He thinks he's a real clever little cookie using the absolutely fantastic Samurai Destroyer, guys. He's going to stop Alistair. Had I not had an invocation, that would have actually been a really good play and a big problem for me. But I do have an invocation, so I'm going to Cosmic Cyclone that back row. Use said invocation. Now we have plenty of damage over that Samurai Destroyer, and that's all of our boy's resources on the other end, guys. He would literally have been in top deck mode. It's not the kind of stuff you want. Fantastic turn, guys. Overall, this deck is top tier for a reason. It's so hard just to generically get around for things in Duel Links. Things in Duel Links like to target. Things in Duel Links like destruction. So it gets pretty tough. But there's plenty of ways around this deck, guys. You just have to really know what it's trying to do to you. And they're all playing the same, so just use your head, get around them, you'll have no problem. Good luck in the KC Cup, guys. Put our tryhard hats on and we'll do fine. Thanks for watching.